Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready? 90, walk.
Throwing on first down is Locke. This is Butler making the catch. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
On the ready.
Mike, 50 seconds. Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Here's Riddick. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
What? That's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 22. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. On the ground, it's Riddick. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. After the turnover, here's Locke. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Muhammad Wilkerson sacks him that time, coming in off the edge. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Flushed out right. And incomplete. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On second down, it's Jacobs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Got to do better. First and 10. Come on, QB, come on.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off near the 42. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
X3, 218, jump.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. On 1st down, Locke. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Muhammad Wilkerson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Locke. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. The kick by McManus is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the 3-0 lead, apparently not good enough. They're going to go with the onside kick. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Hey, echo.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They go play action here on first down. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. To throw his Carr. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. He was looking for Matthews that time. Blocking the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Riddick. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5 up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Play action. Now it's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And Matthews makes the ground. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Carl trying again on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the bay in Santa Clara, Von Miller. His 2nd sack of the night. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Check. Raider 2.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty, but there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance?
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Lock now on first down. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Riddick with a carry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. On play action, Lock. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Lindsey. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Ready? 30 base. Pilot, 64, weak.
Clock now on first down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Lock now, just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now Lock on the bootleg. Out to his left. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
On the set.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Carr going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. And a big turning point here in the 2nd half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. But how about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Point after try forthcoming. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now. From the 27, block. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.